In this video, we are addressing an important question. What should a woman do if she does not enjoy intimacy or feels uncomfortable with her husband?
An anonymous questioner says, as a wife who feels uncomfortable during intimacy always and informs her husband about how she feels and he just apologizes and it's the same way always. And she doesn't want to offer herself sometimes because she doesn't get excited about it. Is she sinful if she says no? Now, if we were to answer this question, most likely the feminists would draw their guns and wage war. And if we don't answer this question, we would be accountable at the sight of Allah Azza wa Jal for concealing knowledge. So this answer is according to Islamic rulings, according to the Quran and to the Sunnah, whether people like it or not. This is not my job to make them like it. My job is to clarify the rulings to the Muslims who ask about it. What is the ruling? Number one, if there is harm physically on the woman, she is permitted to refrain and not offer herself and not permit him to harm her. This is her God-given right. Number two, if she is only not feeling excited and she's not enjoying it, but it's not harming her and there is no hardship on her or physical harm on her, it is prohibited for her to prevent herself from offering herself to him, because marriage is based on such intimacy. Why would a man marry a woman and pay a dowry and open a house, put a roof on her head, provide for her food, not ask her for any financial contribution, none whatsoever? Why would he do that? Simply so that he could enjoy staying with her and being intimate with her in a halal way. If she prevents him from having his rights, the Prophet, without any legitimate reason, the Prophet told us ﷺ, that the angels would curse her all night long till the break of dawn. And this is every single night. So this is a major sin, and she has to be really careful not to do that. If she is not happy in the marriage, she can bail out. She can ask for khul', give him back his dowry, and she goes to her father's house without no problems, without any harm done. But to stay in the marriage and for him to provide for her and to live with her without having his rights, this is unfair and illogical.
If a woman feels uncomfortable, she should understand the real reason. Is it physical pain, emotional stress, fear, illness, exhaustion, pregnancy-related discomfort, trauma, or a serious problem in the relationship? This is important because the solution depends on the real cause. In Islam, harm is not allowed. There is a well-known Islamic principle: there should be no harming and no returning harm. This means if intimacy is causing real pain, distress, or harm, then that problem must be taken seriously. The first thing she should do is speak clearly and respectfully with her husband. She should explain that she is uncomfortable and tell him the reason as calmly as possible. Silence often makes problems worse. Honest communication is one of the most important parts of a healthy marriage. Allah says in the Quran, "Live with them in kindness." This is in Surah An-Nisa, verse 19. So marriage should be based on good treatment, not pressure and not harshness. If the discomfort is because of physical pain, illness, or a medical issue, then she should seek treatment and ask her husband to be patient until the issue is properly addressed. There is nothing wrong with seeing a doctor or specialist. Taking care of health is part of wisdom. If intimacy is painful, then this should not be ignored. If the husband is harsh, careless, or only demanding his rights without kindness, then he should be reminded that Islam teaches good treatment. In an authentic hadith, we are taught that the best men are those who are best to their wives. In another authentic narration, we are taught that gentleness makes things better, and when gentleness is removed, things become worse. So a Muslim husband should be gentle, caring, and considerate. If his behavior is causing the wife to feel uncomfortable, then that behavior must be corrected. If the problem continues and they cannot solve it alone, then the woman should seek help from a wise and trustworthy third party, such as a knowledgeable scholar, a counselor, or responsible family elders. Allah says in Surah An-Nisa, verse 35, that if there is a serious problem between husband and wife, then one person from his family and one person from her family should help resolve the matter. This shows that serious marriage problems should not be left to grow in silence. At the same time, a woman should also be honest and fair. If there is no real harm, no real excuse, and no valid reason, then she should remember that marriage has responsibilities as well as rights. A husband has rights over his wife, just as a wife has rights over her husband.